Hey people, thank you for your patience. Here is the video explaining the tasks due on Friday. So I'm going to give you a brief update on our action project, given that today is our action project day. I'll walk you through today's tasks, and then I'll explain in more detail the second of the newer tasks that involves this new discussion app, Parlay, that some Piedmont teachers are experimenting with. So let's talk about the plan, the action project. So some people have been wondering, is this still happening? What with us being virtual? Yes, it is, but perhaps in a potentially abridged form. If there's any part of this plan to go, it's of course going to be the execution part if we're still sheltering in place. That means that time will just be extended to help us plan more and prepare more. Which is okay with me, right? Especially if I teach you again or you get an English teacher next year who also uses this action project, you could potentially reuse this plan and preparation and execute it next year. And if you don't, well, the opportunity to plan and prepare more thoroughly is also valuable. And maybe we'll be back in school by May 4th, maybe. And then we will just go as originally planned. But in any case, today we're going to continue exploring issues and goals, but this time more so with each other than we have in the past 2 weeks. So let's talk about the tasks for today. First things first, I need you to post to a dialogue forum involving the end of Their Eyes Are Watching God. I'll explain that more in just a second. And then you have an issue roundtable, as it's called. This is a space for you and other people to talk about the issue that you all care about, that you all aligned with. Okay, so let's jump to Schoology. Here we go. So here's the folder. You've done the reading check. Beautiful. Here's the video. Yes. Here's the dialogue. So you only need to post once. Responding this time is optional. You don't have to respond. We'll look at people's responses sometime later, but for now, you're just posting once. Your post should be about 75 words, and quotes are optional. As you've noticed, there was a lot of connection between the beginning and end of the novel, so that's what the central question is. How do the novel's climactic and concluding moments help us understand the novels, or Hurston's if you want to focus on the author, their opening? And I have the first 3 paragraphs here. I'm sure once you reread the beginning, you'll be like, oh, wow, it really did go full circle. Go ahead and write about how the novel went full circle in your comments here. Okay, again, you only need to post once. Responding is optional. After you do that, I need you to sign into our new discussion app. It's really quick, and you need to do this part or else step 5 will not work. It will be broken for you. Okay, so you need to do step 4. What you're going to do is click this link. Boom, you'll click sign in with Google, and you'll sign in with your Piedmont email, which will show up among many of your email options. And then you can close that tab because you won't need it anymore. Okay, and then you'll be able to open up this baby, this big folder. So there are many things here. You don't have to care about all of them. You just need to open up the round table that is titled the issue that you cared about most. So if you identified, let's say, gun control as your top issue, then you're going to click gun control. Here we go. Oh, yeah, gun control. And then it'll open up in Schoology. Oh man, I should have pretend to sign in. I'm using my personal email to pretend to be a student. My name in Parlay through this email is Aaron, the student. So if you're wondering who that is, it's me. It's me. Oh, mercy. Thank you for your patience. You get to scrub forward so you don't have to live through this, but I have to sit and watch it twirl. Internet working? I'm on the hare. The slower one is called the tortoise. Yes. So let me explain why you have to do that other step. If you try signing in here, wow, nothing's working. Well, if you try signing in there, it would crash. Schoology won't be able to send you to Google to sign in. Katrina, is your internet working? She can't hear me. It's fine. Too long to respond. I know. Let me pause the video real quick. And we're back. All right. So signed in. I am now Aaron, the student, no longer Mr. Berlin in Parlay. So I have a prompt. Let me just walk you through it. So what you're doing today, and you could read it here for fuller details. What you're doing today is talking virtually with the other people who have identified that they share a top issue with you. What you're going to do is you're going to first respond. You're going to first take a look at the responses from the survey, which I've linked here, and I've also linked it in the folder in our Friday folder if you want to find those. You could find the responses here. Okay, so you're going to read through just the people who share your top issues. So yes, we're pretending to be gun control. Here are the people who care about gun control with me, imaginarily, right? So I'm going to go through and read what they specifically care about and what their goals are. What do they want to do about this issue? I'm going to read those. Thanks, Alden, Tommy, and Zach. I'm going to read those, and then I'm going to answer this question. Whose goals seem to overlap / align with yours, and how? And then you're going to name those people directly. You're going to name those people. Perhaps for a group as small as this, it might not be very difficult to identify people, but for bigger groups, names are going to be more important to differentiate. Okay. And if you think your goal does not align with others, just explain why you think yours is unique. That's totally fine. What you'll do second is that after you submit your response, let me just submit a random response. And I'm going to submit that response. Boop. Yep. I will be brought here and people will be able to respond to me. There's a response question built into the discussion. Now that you can see how people think their goals align, choose one person and respond to them with this question. How do you think these people identify can collaborate to accomplish their aligned set of goals? So that means you'll be reading a post that's explaining, here are how I think our goals align. Here's how Tommy aligns with me, and here's how Alden aligns with me. And then you'll come in as some other third party and say, how do you think these people can collaborate to accomplish these aligned set of goals? This is going to inch us just a little bit closer towards committing to an action project. What exactly is it do we want to do? We can't do everything, especially depending on how many people are interested in the same issue. So this is going to bring us closer to organizing ourselves as entire classes. As you've noticed, you are with periods have blended. Period 2 is with period 7 and vice versa. But for now, I am keeping you separate from the sophomores. Okay, so you'll post once, you'll respond once, and that's it. And then after that, you could go ahead and click here, issue roundtable, click here only when you have finished your roundtable discussion. You technically don't have to, but if you do, it will mark your folder as complete, which I know bothers some people. Okay, I think that's everything. This is just a little note that you only have to click your own. You are more than welcome to view everybody else's discussion, but you only have to engage with your own. And that's it. No homework for the weekend. We're shifting gears since we've finished the novel, so no homework for now. Alrighty, that's it. We got through it. If you have any questions about what we're doing for Friday, go ahead and send me a remind text, or I'll see you in conferences. But as per usual, until then, hang in there. I shall see you again soon.